So today I'll be teaching you how to build consistency in your game. Now, obviously, we would all love to have, love to put out 8 out of 10 performances every single week, but we know it doesn't really work like that. There may be 5 games where you're stinking it out, you're having 2 out of 10 games. Then there might be 2 games where you put out like a 6 out of 10 performance. Then another 3 games where you've had like a 4 out of 10, and then you have like 3 games where you're performing amazing. You're having 9 out of 10 performances. But today I'll be showing you how to limit those sort of inconsistent periods and making sure that you can play at a high level on a regular basis. So the first way of building consistency in your game is literally by building habits and building routines. Literally, by building habits and building routines, you're basically keeping everything the same before and after a match, which is literally the definition of consistency. Just everything is just the same. So this could literally include like you listen to the same playlist before games, you literally wear the same thing to games, or you eat the same sort of breakfast before games, or you eat the same food before games, depending on when your game is. If it's in the morning, you eat the same breakfast. If you've got a night game, you basically eat the same sort of meals every time before games. And yeah, like I said, this basically just keeps everything. This keeps everything consistent. So obviously, just find what certain rituals and routines work for you, and when you find your thing, and you see that you're having good performances, that you're playing well when you're doing these things, literally just stick to it. Like, and the thing is as well, it's crazy. Once you actually build routines and rituals, you realize that for some reason, anytime you start to like go away from them, you start to break it, your performances start to go down, which is mad weird. Like, for example, with me, between like the ages of like 14 and 18, I never, what's it called? Games were mostly in the morning, and I never used to eat breakfast because anytime I eat breakfast, I just feel like bare sluggish. I just feel slow. I feel tired. So I never used to eat breakfast. And then also another thing is I'd always wear, what's it called? I'd always wear like sliders to the game. So literally that would literally be my ritual. Like I had to wear sliders to the game because I remember when I was probably like when I was like 14, I remember I wore I wore trainers one time to the game, and I was awful, bro. I remember I got subbed off at halftime and I didn't come back on. Like I was literally just losing the ball. Like I was losing the ball in dangerous areas, giving the ball away too easily. Wasn't really helping. I was barely getting touches on the ball in that first half, and I got hooked. What's good? I got hooked at halftime. I didn't come back on, and we still ended up losing the game. So it was just a bad day. So like, yeah, anytime it seems like anytime you go away from a what's it called, from your ritual that works, things just start to go bad. Another thing that I do on the pitch is that I always step on the pitch with my right foot first. I always have to do that. I don't know why, it just works for me. I think I saw Ronaldo did it one time, and I was like, yo, let me start doing that as well. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I always step on the pitch with my right foot. And once again, I remember there was one game. I think it was a tournament game or something. I stepped onto the pitch with my left foot. I was just like, let me step onto the pitch with my left foot. Let's see if this ritual thing is actually a thing type thing, bro. I remember it was like the semi-final, so I don't know why I risked it in the semi-final. But I stepped onto the pitch with my left foot first, and we lost the semi-final. So literally since then I've been sticking to my rituals, and yeah, you guys should do the same. Literally, as soon as you find something that works for you, just always do that every single match day, whether that's you've got a midweek game, you've got Saturday game or Sunday game. Literally just stick to it, just make it consistent. And it also helps your mentality as well, because when you have everything set out, everything planned, you're just in a calm state. You know that, okay, I've done everything I can before the game. I've done everything I can. So yeah, whatever happens. Basically, you're not really stressing about, oh, I didn't do this in the morning. Like me, for example, if I for some reason ate breakfast, I'll be like, oh, I ate breakfast. I feel sluggish now. Blah blah blah. You start stressing in your mind, or if you forget to do one of your rituals, you start stressing. You'll be like, oh damn, I didn't get to do this. Oh, what about if I have a bad game today? You just start stressing. Whereas you've done everything well. You've stuck to your routine. You stuck to your patterns. You're just calm on the pitch. You're just like, yo, I've done everything I can. It is what it is. Let's just go play ball in it. So yeah, that's the first point. Literally just if you want to get consistent, literally just build routines and habits you do before the it can be literally on the day before the game, maybe the day what's it called? It could be whatever you do on the day before, even like during the week, whatever you need to do to like get your mind right, and whatever you can do consistently, then do it. So yeah, building habits and building routines. Now the next thing you have to learn if you want to be consistent is mental toughness slash adaptability. So with the last point, there's a lot of things you can control. You deciding your ritual, your habits, your routines, all of that, that's all in your control. But there's certain things that just aren't in your control, that you just can't control. You just have no control over, basically. And this could be things before the game or during the game as well. So there could be certain things, because obviously not every single game is going to be the same. Not every single game is going to go the same way for you, basically. So you're going to have to learn how to adapt before games, adapt during games, and all of that. So let's say, for example, you've woken up one morning and you're just feeling tired, you're just feeling shit, like you're just feeling horrible, your legs are aching, for example. Let's say you trained the day before and your legs are just aching, like but you still have a job to go out there and perform, basically. So you're gonna have to, before the game, you're gonna have to, what's it called, find ways to work around it. You're probably gonna have to do extra stretching, or you're probably gonna have to, what's it called, extra stretching, maybe go out for the warm up 10 minutes before everyone else. Um, maybe get a foam roller, maybe get what's them massage guns that they use. All of that, you're probably gonna have to do all of that. You're probably gonna have to, if you're feeling that tired, drink a Red Bull or something. You're gonna have to drink a Boost or something like that, just to get you in the mode, just to get you in the zone, just to get your energy levels up. So obviously that's just you being adaptable. That's just you being willing to change. What's it called? Change change your routine in order for you to perform well. So yeah, like I said, adaptability. As well as this, not every single game is going to be the same. So obviously you get them days where the weather's calm, the weather's good, it's a nice pitch, and then let's say you're center mid, for example. Let's take me as a center mid, for example. There's certain days where the weather's good, the pitch is nice. I can get time on the ball to play and to get and take a touch, play, spray passes about, and it's just a lovely day. But there's other games where you're playing on some dead grass pitch. It's raining, hailstone. The pitch is muddy. You have to wear metal studs that day, and it's just crazy. You don't, and as a centre mid, you won't have that time to, what's it called, take a touch and play the ball necessarily. You're gonna have to adapt your game. You're probably gonna have to look at it and be like, yo, this game, this game, people are not gonna try play football. So the ball is pretty much gonna be, give the ball to the keeper, give the ball to the centre back, give it to the right back, and the right back just hooks it down the line. So you're gonna have one of them games as a centre mid where the ball's just gonna bypass you. So what you gonna have to do? You're gonna have to just tell yourself, all right, cool. This is not my natural game. I don't normally do this, but today I'm just gonna have to try win headers, win second balls, and just basically just pick up on scraps. Basically, like this is something I had to learn with the first team. Like I did, what's it called? When you play for a lot of first teams, a lot of their pitches aren't the best, and you don't really get time to really play as play with the ball at your feet as a centre mid. You get certain occasions in certain games where you have time on it, you can pass, you can take a few dribbles, but most of the time you're pretty much gonna have to just, pick up on the loose balls, pick up on scraps, pick on the loose balls, win the first ball, win the second ball, win the headers, and all of that. So that's all part of being consistent, because even though it's not your natural game, you're still finding a way to help your team win the game. And even if it's not what you normally do, even if it's not like your typical perfect performance, you still had a good game. You still had a good game in terms of you helped your team win the game and all of that. Like let's take Messi, for example. Obviously, Messi's perfect game is probably like him bagging a hat trick. But obviously, there's going to be certain games where he doesn't really get into the positions to score goals. But how else does he help his team? He might drop back and start playing balls over the top to like Neymar, Jordi Alba, and all these guys, and just basically just being more of a dictator rather than more of a finisher. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the game, he might have not scored, but he ends up with 3 assists. That's still an amazing game. You know what I'm saying? But it's a different type of good performance, but it's still a good performance nonetheless. So this is literally how you stay consistent. You just have to your ability to just be mentally tough in the game and just tell yourself, yo, I can't do what I normally do, but I'm still gonna find a way to impact this game. I'm still gonna have to find a way to be adaptable and help my team in many different ways. Even if it doesn't come naturally to me, even if I normally play a different way, I still need to find a way to help my team win. So yeah, that's number two. Literally to be consistent, you have to be adaptable, because the game changes all the time. Like some games you might come against a team who like to play possession, and you're gonna have to hit them on the counter attack. So you're not gonna get so as a center mid, let's take a center mid for example, you're just gonna have to sit back, and then once you get the ball, literally spring counter attack. So make sure your long passings are on point, your pings are on point, so you can find your wingers and you can counter attack. But there's other games where you're gonna come up against low block defenders. So you're gonna have to be patient, keep the ball, just keep moving the defense, just keep knocking on the door basically. And then once you get an opportunity, you just go like that. So yeah, you're gonna come up against all different types of teams, playing all different types of games. So literally, the only way you can be consistent is to be able to adapt to all different kind of situations. So yeah. Now, the last way to build consistency in your game is to literally set goals. Now, these goals, this could be weekly goals, monthly goals, or seasonal goals. The power of setting goals is that even them days where you're not feeling motivated, you're not really feeling, you're not, you basically just wake up in the morning, you're feeling like shit. If you write your goals down and you look at them, obviously that'll get you motivated because it will remind yourself that yo, I might be feeling bad, I might be going through a rough patch where I haven't really played well in like 5 games. But if you wake up in the morning and you look at your goals, you're gonna see, oh, okay, I'm feeling shit, I'm feeling bad, but there's still work to do. I still need to put in that work so I can achieve what I need to achieve, basically. So that's the power of setting goals. Make sure when you set your goals as well that they're big goals. They don't know, pussy goals is big goals. Goals that will actually get you up in the morning, get you motivated. You know what I'm saying? So these goals could be like, let's say you're a striker. Instead of you saying that, oh, I want to score 10 goals this season, tell yourself, no, I'm going to score 25 goals this season. That will get you up in the morning, training, working on your shooting from all different angles, working on your shooting on your weak foot, 2-touch finishing, 1-touch finishing, all of that. So yeah, if you're a striker, set yourself the goal of, I want to score 25 goals this year. Or if you're on the verge of getting to an academy, say that, yo, in 1 year by now, in 1 year from now, I'm gonna get to an academy. No excuses. Obviously, a big goal like that is gonna get you up in the morning, even on the days where you don't feel good, or even if you're just a normal player, you just want to say that, yo, I want my team to win the league and the cup this year. That's, like I said again, that's a big goal because you're gonna want to wake up and do what you need to do to help your team win the league and win the cup. So that's the last way to build consistency, is that no matter what's it called, you build consistency by setting goals, because no matter how you're feeling that day, how good you're feeling, how bad you're feeling, nothing changes. Everything still stays the same. You still put in that work, you still put in the graft, and yeah, and eventually you'll see the results. So yeah, that's the last point. Literally, just set big goals that'll get you motivated. No matter what mood you're in, whether you're in a good mood or a bad mood. So yeah, that's all I got to say in this vid. Hope you enjoyed. I've been JT, and I'm out.